Hey, my name is Nick and welcome to another episode of the Side Quest. Today's beers are called Manhita. So Manhita is a double dry hopped IPA brewed with Galaxy, Motueka, Eldorado, and Citra hops, 7.2% ABV, and brewed by the Guam Brewery, Carabao, and Antigu. This is the second beer these three breweries have brewed Manhita, but it's a little twist. The grain bill, the recipe is the same, but each brewery kind of put their own spin on it. However, Antigu doesn't have like a canning capability, and they only had their version in the tap room. But thankfully, I was able to get Carabao's version and the Guam Brewery's version, and like last year, I really liked this beer. Even though it was an IPA, the flavor was great, bitterness not too crazy. Not that much different between the two versions. However, Carabao lists their IBUs on this can as 35. So on the Guam Brewery's can, it's listed at 52. So I'm not too sure which one is going to be higher or what's going to taste more bitter. But I do know that these beers are a little bit different. Each one's a little bit different. Manhita means together in Chamorro, so this beer is pretty cool. It's gonna be interesting. I've never done two beers at the same time, but I thought it was fitting because both of these, I kind of wanted to see what both of them are gonna be like. It is a 7.2% ABV beer, 16 ounces, so I might be a little bit tipsy after I get done drinking both of these beers. But this should be fun. Stick around, let's pour these beers out, and I'll be right back. That was an interesting pour. Let's take a look at both of these beers. So with the first beer, there was a little bit of head on it, but it's gone as of right now. Although I can see carbonation inside of this beer, I'm not worried. But yeah, I'm not too worried about the carb on this one. Let's put this up to the light. It's a very pineapple juice, orange juice, yellow, very light, very pale yellow, super hazy, opaque, can't see through it at all. And it looks great. Looks like a hazy IPA, kind of looks like last year's Manhita. Let's put a nose on it. Very mild hoppiness to it. It is double dry hopped, so hopefully I get more of the aroma and not so much on the flavor, even though the IBUs on this can says 52, I believe. Yeah, 52. Yeah, I get a lot of really juicy, fleshy fruit, papaya, tropical fruit aromas coming off this beer. Although they're not super strong, it's very mild, which is something I really like in hazy IPAs, even though I don't drink a lot of IPAs. So let's check out Carabao's. So same thing as the Guam Brewery version, not a lot of head on it, but there is some there is carbonation rising to the top of this beer, and it's staying put. Like, I do see the carbonation on it, so I'm not too worried. Putting this up to the light, however, it is almost clear. Like, there's a slight haze on it, but it's not hazy at all. I was expecting both these beers to sort of look the same, and I'm a little bit surprised. This is more of a like a lager, like a pilsner almost. It's like a nice golden yellow color and a little bit darker than what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit more haze, like last year's Manhita or even the current Guam Brewery one. But enough about that. Let's put a nose on it. Check it out. So the aroma on the Carabao version is great. It has also the same aroma profile, fleshy tropical fruit, papaya, sort of mango, but it does taste, it smells a little bit sweeter. I don't know what it is. Like, there's this sweetness sort of on the back end, like almost candyish, to be honest. And I actually kind of prefer the aroma on the Carabao one, although the aroma on the Guam Brewery one is really good as well. The balance is there. But I don't know, like I tend to lean towards sweeter taste, sweeter aromas. So like right now, Carabao is like edging out the Guam Brewery side. Yeah. But enough looking at these beers. Let's taste it. Cheers. The body on the beer is great, not thin at all. It's like a nice medium. Great carbonation. Feels really good on the tongue. The hops, which is like sort of the center of this beer, takes its stage. I tasted more of the hops, a little bit of the bitterness, and less of the maltiness on this beer. Initially, the bitterness was a little bit higher, but as you drink it, I guess the more your tongue gets coated in the beer, the less bitter it tastes, and just kind of goes down really smooth. Interesting. I got a little bit more hop notes, like taste-wise. Like I did get a little bit of that fruit that I was smelling during the aroma test, or the aroma portion. And I don't know if that's my palate getting a little bit easier or more discerning. But yeah, got a little bit of fruitiness, I guess, or what I perceived as fruitiness. But yeah, like the last year's version of Manhita, this is really great. And I don't drink IPAs that often at all, but this one is awesome. And I'm a little sad that I didn't get another can. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more left, so I'm gonna go try to pick up a couple more cans of this one. So let's try the Carabao version. Cheers. All right, the Carabao version is very interesting. Mouthfeel wise, almost the same, medium. Good carbonation, kind of felt it on the tongue. Maltiness sort of taking the back seat. Hops definitely far forward. It's so weird that it's not weird. Maybe this was intentional. Like they use the same grain bill, but they're two different beers, and I think this kind of like speaks to the brewery as a whole. So with the Guam Brewery, I really liked the approach they did, because it sort of like speaks to the average drinker. Not everyone wants this super crazy hop bomb, and it's super well balanced and it's different. And Carabao kind of like highlights the hops. Like the hops are definitely the center stage of this beer, not muted at all, very bitter. Even though the bitterness on the cans are different. I think Carabao says like 32, and the Guam Brewery is like 52. Like Carabao's hops are stronger. It feels like it's more green and more earthy. Like to me, it tastes like a double IPA or even like a triple, like an imperial, and not a double dry hopped hazy. So it's kind of good. Like you actually have two choices of what you want. Like if you're an IPA drinker that likes the juiciness, the fruit portion of your IPA, your hazies, then like the Guam Brewery's Manhita is for you. But if you're like the IPA drinker that just loves that bitterness, wants that bite, wants that like almost West Coast IPA style bitterness, like super, it tastes kind of, at least for me, it tastes kind of high, then the Carabao version of Manhita is together. I'm a little disappointed I wasn't able to get Antigu's. Hopefully they can something in the near future, because I kind of want to take some of their stuff out. And we could have did a triple, a 3-beer collab. I didn't even check if I could get a growler fill. I should have for this, but yeah, this was last minute, and I kind of wanted to do both at the same time. But yeah, I really like the approach that this collab is taking. It's sort of like Guam Brewery's other collabs, like the Coconut Hazy with Savage Wood from a few months ago, where they brew the same beer but different takes. I like the way they kind of did it this way. But yeah, if you're looking at these two beers, trying to figure out what you want, Guam Brewery's Hazy, if you really like that hazy New England IPA, and then Carabao's if you just want a really good bitter IPA, almost like a double. So yeah, great takes. I will drink both of these beers. I love it. Support your local brewery, and yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers. Support your local breweries.